state of Texas. The roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today we hit double digits, Week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They're halfway home, looking good, and a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
Meanwhile, for the and we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sucked them last week resolves itself this time around.
The numbers on the ground for ETN last week: 14 carries, 75 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. And they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Lawrence will throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll try the left side with ETN. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
In motion left comes Brown. Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game.
Delay of game, offense.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now Lawrence to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 26.
That's good for a Jaguars 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Toss left side for ETN. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now Lawrence. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10.
It's a gain of 8.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
1st down. An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Jacksonville.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's a give to Bigsby. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And there's no doubt about the talent that we see from C.J. Stroud. We've watched it develop in his first 2 years in the league. But the best way quarterbacks are graded is winning. He's out there trying to win his 3rd division championship in as many years.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards. It says the very next week, hey, let's bat things out.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Shotgun snap to Stroud. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 41-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
10 at the 41-yard line.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Stroud sets up the play action. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That's another Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Inside handoff to Mixon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards.
The numbers for Mixon last week. The hat trick +1. 4 trips to the end zone with his legs.
And, partner, you know how all the guys do when they do that little symbol now. Eating, right? Keep feeding me, feeding me. They just kept feeding him and feeding him. And next thing you know, he kept getting in the end zone.
Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll fake the jet sweep, and now Stroud to throw off play action. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. His 9th rushing touchdown on the year, number 12 overall. And the Texans are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top row. I like it. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Open man, it's Hunter. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And the Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
first and 10. It's ETN. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On first down, right back to ETN. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now a second and 10.
Brings up second and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here's Lawrence to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28.
Jaguars.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Lawrence. This is caught. It's Brown. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. De'Ami Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars have regained the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. As we transition into the second half of the season, you can see he's the NFL's leader in rushing touchdowns. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Throwing now is Stroud. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Running left, it's Mixon. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
At the 22-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Mix it up the middle. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Joe Mixon, that's his 19th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Texans have moved out in front. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back 1, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just about wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the counter, ETN. And some room to run now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 86 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Jaguars, first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
He's got room to roam. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
That's another Jaguars first down. 1st and goal, Jacksonville.
Allen. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
From the shotgun, Lawrence firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars! Brian Thomas, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars have yet again retaken the lead. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Houston set to take over.
1st and 10.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go around.
4 yards on the pickup.
Stroud to throw it. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And the Texans first down.
Here's Stroud. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Collins. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
That's another Texans first down.
Mixon with a first down carry. Down to about the 37. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visiting Texans who came away with a victory. So they'll look to take the season series if they can win here in Houston. Play action. Here's Stroud. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
That's another Texans first down.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Christian
Here's
Kirk.
2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. This is caught. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
A gain of 12
So on
yards.
4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. Fairbairn able to put this one through. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The Jaguars offense and Travis Etienne set to take over once again. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now Lawrence. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him, able to bring him to the ground. Will Anderson. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Open man, this is Brenton Strange, the tight end. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First down. A gain of 26 yards. And a Jaguar first down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Here's Lawrence. Patient, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Play action. It's Lawrence. This ball caught by Strange. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 39. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Second down and 6 now.
4 yards on the pickup.
Operating from the gun. Lawrence. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hunter. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
First down. First and goal at the 10-yard line.
And they'll run with Etienne. And he stopped immediately there. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. One more time with Etienne. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the the Jaguars have moved out in front.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Texans 17.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. And now out comes Houston. And they do have terrific starting field position, but no timeouts to work with, so they'll need to operate quickly. Stroud. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
12 yards. And the Texans first
And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
makes the score.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see. Thomas brings it in. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. The Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon set to take over once more. And he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tasked with trying to slow him down. He's currently second in the NFL in rushing. Stroud looking to throw. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 30.
Action. Stroud now. He's got it to Collins, complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll go play action here with Stroud. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Again, it's Stroud. It's out. It's loose. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 4th down. The Texans send the punter out, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. They'll start on the ground. ETN. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. From the 25, here's second down and 8. They go play action with Lawrence. Looking long for Thomas. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 49 yards.
A 49-yard gain on the play. And a Jaguar first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 26-yard line. Lawrence will throw. A short throw there to Strange. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 18.
Now Lawrence. Now he'll tuck this and run. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
10 yards. That's good for a Jaguars first down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
A shotgun snap and again to ETN. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Second and goal from inside the 5.
A 4-yard gain brings up second and goal.
Now they send a man in motion right. Snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. On 3rd and goal, Lawrence. He'll try and do this himself. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Trevor Lawrence taking it in from 7 yards away. And they are able to add on to their advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Up past the 30, second down coming up. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Stroud off the play fake. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Texans first down.
Stroud sets up the play action. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
It's 2nd and inches at their 49.
And Stroud now to throw. This one left side caught by Collins. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And the Texans first down.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 84 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Incomplete.
Stroud working out of the gun. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line.
A gain of 5.
Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. Well, Charles, you cannot say enough about that play by their special teams. Think about it. That keeps this game at 2 possessions in the second half and really adds pressure to the opposition.
Yeah, it certainly does, especially their offense. It takes a lot of pressure off the offense of the team that's leading. They've got a little bit more of a cushion to play with now. How about the thanks each guy was getting as they came off the field after that block? Special teams, certainly special in that situation.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Up 2nd and 9.
They go play action now. Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Jaguars 1st down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. ETN up the middle. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Azeez Al-Shaair in to make the stop. 2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. Another tote for ETN. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Lawrence to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
On the punt for the Jaguars.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Here's Stroud. He'll air this one out for Kirk. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A huge play there for Houston. 59 yards.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a run up the middle with Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Second and 10.
Brings up second and 10 at the Jaguars' 13-yard line.
From the gun to give to Mixon. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Back at the 17-yard line.
They lost 4 there, and it's third down. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on third down. So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty, and that forces a fourth down situation. Now Kaimi Fairbairn out for the field goal try for the Texans. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Jaguars offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. And back to the 30. It'll be second down.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second and 6. Out of the gun. It's Lawrence. Over the middle. Open is Thomas. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Jaguars. First down. A gain of 9 yards. First down.
Straight ahead, Etienne. Yeah, he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Etienne once more. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up third and 6.
This offense so far on third down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be third and 6. Now Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. That third down conversion good for 23. So first and 10 now in Houston territory at the 34. In motion, the tight end. First and 10, it's Bigsby. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Now Lawrence to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Will Anderson getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
And it's 4th down.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The Texans offense and Nico Collins heading onto the field. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show, as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Throwing now is Stroud. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 13.
Now Stroud. On a slant, here's Collins. And he's going to be taken down short of the 1st, right around the 15-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. He'll try to do it himself. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
16 yards.
Okay, we've seen plenty of games. We've been there before. They thought they had this one over with. If they could have stopped them right there on that down, now they've got to continue to play. That's going to be tough.
That's tough because they get to Stroud. Nowhere to go, and he goes down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Stroud looking to throw. And he's got Jordan complete right side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. Now he's fortunate to get anything from that, given a yard up to the 49. From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 8. Stroud to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
That's complete to Dell. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 39. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's a give to Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, you can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll be taken down at the 34.
It's a gain of 2.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. Here's 3rd down and 5. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now he's going to step up and run. And he is going to have the Texans 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
1st down.
Mixing up the middle. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Mixon running wide side. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Here comes second down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Again, it's Mixon. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. One final shot for C.J. Stroud. And he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie it.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's 2-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game.
2-point conversion.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They needed 8. They only got 6 here in the final seconds as the 2-point conversion fails. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And this is going to be recovered by the Jaguars. And that should just about do it.
Recovered by Jacksonville.
Well, this was a good one. Excitement all the way to the end. You had the points, and then they were hoping for the miracle there on the onside kick. Couldn't get it recovered, and that was your ball game.
And I'm of the opinion that any time you actually do recover an onside kick, it almost is a miracle. It takes so many things going right to make it happen. It didn't in this case, and they walk off a victor.
So for the Jags, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans, it's their first stumble of the season as they'll dip to 8-1 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.